Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode on Beyond the Altar podcast. This is now episode 16. And as you can tell from the title of this episode, we are going to be talking about Jesus cursing the fig tree. And our scripture will come from Matthew chapter 21, verses 18 through to 22. Okay? Verses 18 through to 22. So, let's lock in and let's dive into the scripture. Verse 18. In the morning, as he was returning to the city, he became hungry, and seeing a fig tree by the wayside, he went to it and found nothing on it but only leaves. Right? And for those of you who don't know, a fig tree is meant to bear fruit. It's meant to produce figs. Right? And he said to it, "May no fruit ever come from you again." And the fig tree withered at once. When the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, "How did the fig tree wither at once?" And Jesus answered them, "Truly I say to you, if you have faith and do not doubt, you will not only do what has been done to the fig tree, but even if you say to this mountain, 'Be taken up and thrown into the sea,' it will happen. And whatever you ask in prayer, you will receive if you have faith." So why did Jesus curse this fig tree? Why did Jesus curse this fig tree? You see, when I was reading this, I had to read it like 5 times because I was really confused. But then it hit me. A fig tree is meant to bear fruit. A fig tree is meant to bear fruit. And so what I noted down here was Jesus did this because the tree was a picture of false advertising, having leaves but no figs. Having leaves but no figs. That's the case with a lot of believers. They appear good on the outside, right? They appear good on the outside, but when Jesus takes a closer look, there's no fruit. So it's meaningless. A tree it's not measured by its size. A tree is not measured by its size. It is seen and measured by what it produces. Right? The color of the leaves, the amount of leaves, the fruit that it has. What is the point in having what's the point in having a plant, right? For example, like a strawberry plant. What's the point in having that in your garden if it doesn't even produce any strawberries anyway? And actually, like 4 chapters later on, Jesus speaks about the lesson from the fig tree, and he tells this to his disciples, and it's from Matthew chapter 24, verses 32 to 35, which says, "From the fig tree learn its lesson. As soon as its branch becomes tender and puts out its leaves, you know that summer is near. So also, when you see all these things, you know that he is near at the very gates. Truly I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away." Right? And verse 35 is always the Instagram verse, right? So let's picture this. Let's try and add the two together. So what we read early on in chapter 21, we spoke about how many believers appear good on the outside, but on the inside, when Jesus actually examines our heart, right? As he says in Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9, that I, the Lord, will examine the heart. When he actually examines it, it's actually wicked and evil. So we are hypocritical, we are lukewarm. Okay? So if you willingly choose to stay like that, if you willingly choose to stay lukewarm, if you willingly choose to stay living as a two-faced Christian, as a double-life Christian, one that appears good, but on the inside is wicked and foul, you will not be prepared for his return. You will not be prepared for his return. So it just shows that for the fig tree, right, its branch was tender, but it wasn't prepared. It wasn't ready, right? Its branch was tender and it did put out leaves, but it didn't bear any fruit. It didn't bear any fruit. And it just shows that you need to be attentive to the signs. Like right now, what's going on around the world, right? Like all the wars that's going on, like for example, like the earthquakes and the persecution of Christians as well. We need to be attentive to that because it shows that he's very, very near. Or as Jesus says in scripture, He's at the very gates. So are you ready for his return? Or are you that fig tree that Jesus is going to curse? Are you that fig tree? Are you that fig tree that Jesus is going to be like, may you never bear fruit again? Do you bear fruit? Right? Do you bear fruit? Or do you only appear outwardly righteous? So my question for you to end this episode is, what fruit are you really bearing in your life? Because you are not seen by your works, you are seen by your faith and your fruit. What fruit do you bear in your life? So I pray that as this episode comes to a close, I pray that it has blessed you, touched you, and spoken to you in some way. God bless you guys. See you in the next episode. Love you all.